business. If you don't know this, other people, they know their edge. Trust me. Those guys, you see them, they know exactly what they are doing. So if you're a businessman, you're a Christian, you don't know that this is your edge, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. That's why we can be here. The one you helped has come to worship you. The one you helped, the one you helped has come to worship you. The one you lifted. I am the one who teaches you to profit, who leads you the way you should go. I am the one. You've been fishing all day. God said, you know what? Put it on this side. And suddenly, everybody went to the same river. You get, so they look at you and be like, there's something else he's doing. But the one you helped, hey, has come to worship you. The one you lifted. We need to get to a place where when you're a Christian, people should look at you like no wonder. Not like, hey, yeah, it's a disadvantage. You need to understand that. Being a Christian is an advantage in business. Being a tither is your edge. Has come to worship you. The one you held has come to worship you. The one you held has come to. Let it sink in. The one you held. I will lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence comes my help? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. It will not come from anywhere else. Don't you get it? Because you're a Christian, they won't help you. You don't get it. So if God, as the Bible says, as a servant looks unto the hand of his master, so we look unto you until you help us. Because you see, people say all stuff about you. I beg, you are going again. You better see, if you are coming to church, you better have results. You better know what you are doing. Don't waste your time. If you are not going to be a Christian, don't be a Christian. Because you see, it could be frustrating if you don't know what you are doing. So you better know. If you are standing with God, you better stand. If you are not standing with God, don't stand at all. Because God will not, he said, whatever you sow, you reap. God will not waste his time. Right? The one you held has come to worship you. The one you held has come to worship you. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Thank you so very much, Pastor Mama. I'm so honored to be here today. I'm so privileged. Sorry, I missed my way. Because I don't know many churches in Abuja. If you are here and you still know many churches, there's something wrong with you. All right. My time is short, so I'll just go straight to business. Wow. Okay, so Sapphire Scents, which is now Sapphire Group, started in 2015. And we started out of a bad place. I'm just going to share my story to rhyme with taking responsibility and disrupting the narrative. One of the first things you must understand is you can never disrupt or take responsibility from a place of comfort. So wherever you're dealing with right now, God put you there. Whatever challenge is crazy, making you feel so uncomfortable, God is squeezing something out of you. It's amazing that the story that was not funny in 2015 is now what is being shared all over the place. It was not funny when it was happening at all. Right? So it happened that I was working at an organization. How are you doing, man? I think we even met in Benin. You have a place in Benin, yes? Aha. So I was in 2012. I started working, and I was transferred from Abuja to Benin, and we started a new office there, and everything was going quite well. And until we began to have issues with what we do in that organization. We give money to NGOs. So we began to have, my supervisor began to have issues with some of the people we were working with. And I would go to the site to monitor these projects, write reports, and all of that. So it happened that there were two organizations. One of them was to empower women with money like 20,000. The other was building a crèche. So I monitored these projects. The woman building the crèche built her stuff. Everything was going on well. The other woman that was supposed to give people money would take pictures with the money, right? Take the picture, put the money back in her bag. Things happen. And, we began to talk to some of these beneficiaries, and we discovered that was what was going on. I was really mad. So I wrote this report about the whole thing and submitted to the office. And how can somebody be that wicked? They gave you money to give to these people. Why are you doing that? But to my shock, I resumed in January. That was around December. I resumed in January of 2014. And a letter came from the Abuja office and said, the woman that was building the crèche, who did our project, should refund all the money she had spent because she didn't do anything. And I'm like, no, there's absolutely something wrong here. This is the other woman. We wrote the report. We have the facts and the evidences. Why are you telling this other woman who did our project to refund money? My supervisor said she didn't know anything about it, that it's a board decision. Meanwhile, she had issues. There was a power tussle going on. I'm the boss here. I will show you. So there was this power thing going on between them. And when I saw that, I went to, I began to look at, I didn't even know what was going on until I saw that they were writing another letter against that woman. You see, the Bible says, speak up for those who are oppressed. If you do as if you don't hear, God says. Now, the decision was either keeping quiet and collecting my 130,000 naira salary and continue, or speaking the truth. So I wrote a letter saying, for the record, stating the facts as I knew of this issue and all of that. And when the letter got to Abuja, they said, that boy, we said it. The way he even comes to the office, he wants to collect the gas post. That's why he's doing everything. So persecution started in earnest. Long story short, they took my case to the board to fire me. You see, God can fight for you in places where you don't even know. And you see, the day before, I was reading my Bible and I said scripture in Psalms. I said, my times are in your hands. If you are working in the office and your guy is always telling you, we'll fire you, we'll deal with you. It's not in your hands, it's in God's hands. My times are in your hands. The time I would leave that organization was in God's hands. It wasn't in, So it was only God and I that knew. It was our inside joke that nothing is going to happen here. They are just going to go to the board meeting and come back empty-handed. They didn't know. I knew. So they went to the board meeting and they began to speak English. There's this mosquito in our tea. There's this, boil. There's this pimple on our head in the office disturbing us. We need to take him out. And as they were speaking, one of the board members said, I know that boy. I'll go and talk to him. So a board member sent a text message. If you work in an organization, you know what that is. A board member sent a text to an assistant to say, I heard there are issues going on in the office. Come and see me. So when he came around to Benin, I went to see him, and we had this discussion, and he said, is that it? Then he took me to the office and said, this office is too small for all this drama. That's the case. Closed. And you see, what was going on was the ED, the managers, my supervisor, all these people against one assistant, and they failed. It was too much. It was too much. So they said, you know what, we need to find a way of dealing with this boy. So the next night, I just woke up that morning. I think it was like 2 weeks later. And there was a letter that said, resume in Abuja. I was excited. Thank God I'm going back. All of that. And because when they transfer you in organizations, a lot comes with it. Transportation allowance, transfer allowance, you get a new house, all of this, So I was waiting for the other letter to come at least. But the letter didn't come. And they just said, my friend, resume in Abuja on Monday. I'm like, and then they gave me an ultimatum to quit the former house we were in. Now, you see, that organization, they would give you everything. So if you wanted your room painted yellow, they'll paint it yellow. Everything belonged to the office, down to the mattress. It was then I realized I did not actually own anything. Everything belonged to the office. So I packed my bags, my clothes, everything in Ghana must go bags. And I faced Abuja. My wife was 7 months pregnant. They gave us 3 months or 3 weeks to quit that place. So I went to Abuja. And luckily for me, some of my friends were in Abuja. So I was squatting on his couch for a while. And then on Monday, I would dress up to the nines. I'll go to the office. You see, never ever cry in front of people that don't like you. that is the only satisfaction they will get. Never do that. I would dress to the nines to the office, looking like I just stepped out from GQ magazine, from my friend's couch. And I would tell them the best thing you guys ever did for me was sending me back to Abuja. So people were waiting for when I was going to break. Where's the breaking point for this guy? They were waiting. But you see, if you have a lifestyle of prayer, things that are even supposed to kill you, God will sort of like steady you in a way. And you see, so as God will have it, few weeks down the line, my younger brother got an apartment. And he said, it's a 3-bedroom. He said, this is quite big for me. He's still single. You guys can come and squat here in the meantime. So that's how I was able to move my wife from Benin to Abuja in 3 weeks. When she was coming, I quickly went to buy a mattress. We put it on the floor in one of my brother's rooms. Our clothes in Ghana must go bags. And when I'm in Ghana, I wonder what I'll say. We need to find a new name for those bags. So, and life started in Abuja, And before you knew what was happening, my baby came. And it was 2015. Now, April of every year, April 1 is my wife's birthday. And, the way I grew up quite privileged. I didn't see many things growing up. I didn't even see my mom having to take cabs I didn't see life. I was just some kid. Everything was like this. So, and the way I was growing up is, you take care of your life, you take care of yourself. When you're man enough to get married, that's when you go and get married. You don't get married and take your wife and be put in your younger brother's house. That's not done. You get, that's so. I used to feel like this is not proper. What can I do? How can I do this? So it was, but here we are in this situation. What do I do? And my wife never for once looked at me one day and said, useless man, is this how to marry a wife? So I just really wanted to appreciate her on that day. So I took my 130,000. Please clap for my wife. Thank you. So I took my 130,000 salary. I said, this birthday, I'm spoiling this madam. So I bought her a gold chain, and then I bought her a phone on Jumia. By the time I bought those two, my salary has finished. I had just 30,000 left. Just 30,000. And I began to think to myself, now, that's April 1. You have 4 weeks to go. You have a baby daughter that is using Pampers and eating like a machine. You're thinking, what am I going to do, And you see, all my life, I've been a perfume person. I didn't just know that it could turn to money. All my life, I've been a perfume person. If I've ever smelled your perfume once, and I know the name, if I walk past you anytime, anywhere in the world, or somebody wears the same, I'll be able to tell you exactly what you're wearing. And I used to play with it. It was just a joke. So sometimes I'll meet people that are walking past, I'll stop them and tell them exactly what they were wearing. They'll be like, how did you know? So it was just stuff I used to play with. And then this day, I walked past one of my friends. It was smelling really different. I said, guy, what fragrance is this? He said, it's oud from Dubai. Oh, okay. I said, this is nice. So I had a friend come in and I said, bring me a bottle of this perfume when you're coming. And she did. And as I began to use the perfume, the idea came to me, maybe you can start selling perfumes. And it was something I was just thinking of, And then now I have 30,000 naira, 4 weeks to go. But I don't have money to go to Dubai. What can I do? I said, you know what? Oud is a Middle Eastern. Something like that should be in Dubai. It should be at Wuse Market. So I faced Wuse Market. And I began to ask all those people, do you know what oud is? No, I don't know. Eventually I found a store, selling something close to it. They had oud on it. It smelled like what I bought before. You see, your gift, even in its rawest form, will still find expression. So this was me with 30,000 naira in this place. And I was able to get like 4 bottles together, smelling close to what my friend brought from Dubai. And then I began to do my research. I went on social media, began to on Google, began to read everything I could read about oud and all of that. And then when I was satisfied with the information I had, I stormed the social media. And I remember putting my wife's red wrapper on a stool, taking a picture, and began to tell people, this is what billionaires wear, this is how Dangote smells, this is what Adewale wears, this is what King David wore, this is what Solomon wore, this is what Solomon talked about. I was just on people's cases. I'm telling you. Before you knew what was happening, I was selling perfumes every day. So when you buy one, I will take your picture, put it on my page. I said, be like this guy. Every single day I was selling perfumes. I would when I would get to my office, put up all this social on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And by my break time, somebody would have made inquiries. And if you are not in Abuja, I say, send me money. Break time, I'll quickly rush to Chisco Motors, go and send the perfumes. Came back, every day like that. And the moment you buy, I'll make sure you post reviews. I'll ask you, how far? Do you like the perfume? You say, oh, I love it. Take that one too. Put it up. Like that. In 3 months of doing that, I had made 1 million naira. And then I opened an online store on Konga. And when I opened that store, I made my first sale. That was when I went to see my pastor, Pastor Building, of course. Please, can you clap for my pastor? And he said to me, you know what? Come and see me the next day. And I went to see him, and he said to me, there's something on you with this perfume. How can you be selling? Then it was like you're selling orange and mango juice. Those 2 types of perfumes. If you don't buy this one, you buy this one. He said, how are you selling 2 types of perfumes every day? And people are buying. There's something on this. So this is what I want you to do. Go to Dubai, begin to meet manufacturers, start bringing these perfumes in bulk. And I'm looking at him like, he's talking money here. Then he brought out his checkbook and he began to write. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, Pastor wants to encourage me. If you've not done anything, if you've not done anything for someone before, I just come back from Benin, when I was in Kosovo, I left and I'm just back, I'm not even a worker yet, not like I've done anything, and he just began to write. And next thing, in my mind, I'm thinking, hey, because if you've not done anything for someone before and they want to give you money and your mind is going away, you're a thief. I'm telling you. So I'm thinking, hey, 50K, at least. I wouldn't let my mind go beyond 50K because, for what? Then he hands me this check. And it's 1 million naira. And I just went, oh my God. And he said, no. Let me pray for you. He said, this money will not finish. Go and explode. Go and take over. And that was the day Sapphire Sense was officially born. You see, you need to learn the use of the social media. As businessmen, it's so very, very critical in the world of today. And I began to think to myself, before then, there were lots of people that were like me. They were not earning anything on their job. They needed extra income, So I began to think to myself, okay, what if, now this was even before I went to Dubai, what if people can start buying products from me for a discount? So for instance, if you register with me with 20,000, I'll start giving you these perfumes at maybe 6,000, you sell for 10,000. So we started doing that, and we're like, we're like 5 at that time. But because I knew that the value was going to go up, I got to the airport and I took another picture. Right? And I said to people, you know what, we're off to Dubai. Sapphire Sense started 3 months ago, and now we're off to Dubai to get the world's finest perfume oils. Stop getting paid just 12 times in 365 days. When you can get paid every day, fire your boss today. And I posted that and, took my flight and went. And by the time I even got to Dubai, I was getting lots of inquiries. So I would go to all these. Now, all I was relying on was my gift, my nose. So I would go to all these perfume stores. And I began to sample perfumes and all of that, pick this one, drop that, like that. I was able to get like 12 bottles together, brought them, 12 cartons, different types, brought them to Nigeria, sold out, came back. Business was good. Then suddenly, I woke up one morning and I saw a page on Instagram. It looked like my page because they had those kind of perfumes I was selling. And then I clicked on it. Alas, it was not my page. It was not even somebody that I knew. So what these guys were doing was they wait for me to travel, choose the perfumes I wanted, call their agents, look for the same thing, crash the prices. So if I was selling for 10,000, they'll be selling for 5,000. So they were sort of like just going to ruin the business for me. And I began to think fast, like, you know what? I need to do something. What can I do? Then the last time I traveled, I just began to buy perfume oils, and I was just using it for myself. I never knew what I could do because as far as I was focused on other people's perfumes. So this day, I had this client come to me, and he said to me, I'm going for an important meeting. I'm going to the State House for a meeting, and I want them to know that the moment Alaji lands at the gate, that Alaji, he has come. So I began to think to myself, okay, so I said, I'll see what I can do. So I mixed some perfume for him, and he went. And he walked past the first lady in that meeting. And she said to me, young man, what perfume is that? And he came to tell me, I said, you know what, this is all the ginger I need to start making my own perfumes. So long story short, right now, we have over 25 different perfumes, our own lines. We've actually diversified now. We now have Sapphire Time, which is one of the watches I'm wearing. We have, the Bible says invest in 7 or 8. Right? But you have to start with 1. You have to start with 1 to scale up. You have to do 1 very well first so that the 1 can carry the others with the name. But you see, in the world that we are in, let me tell you a little secret. In Nigeria, we are a consumer economy. It is only in Nigeria that you leave your house with money in your pocket. You don't know what you want to buy with it. Right? So I'm planning for the money in your pocket. My money is in your pocket. So we have been able to diversify, and right now we have around 1,000 distributors in 32 states of Nigeria, UK, US, Ghana, Canada, Cyprus, everywhere. So in a nutshell, this is the story of Sapphire Sense, and I hope it's helped to inspire you. Thank you so much.
Please put your hands together for Mr. Adewale Aladejana, the CEO, Sapphire Sense Limited. Thank you.